Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cheer Chat. I know it's Monday. I think I like keeping you guys guessing of when when I'll come out of hiding and go live again. I'm so sorry. It's been a long time. Cheers. Hopefully, you are kind of like not watching Monday Night Football because it's a blowout. Shout out to the Gold Rush. I mean, we should be watching you for you guys on TV, but I'm going live today because we got the debate tomorrow. We've got MTV Music Video Awards, if anybody still watches that on Wednesday. I just thought because I'm so excited and I just want to get it out, it's been too long, that I just go live tonight and chat with you guys, catch up, and let you know what I've been excited about and what I'm keeping an eye out for, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to take a sip. Thanks for joining. I'll get to chatting. Hold, please. Okay. Thank you to everybody who has been so like loving and encouraging in all the little posts lately. I know I just like spammed y'all with a bunch of content. Um, but I really appreciate you guys like commenting and encouraging the different people in the posts that I've shared, even my little posts about my little flashback moment from when I was on the team. But let me catch anybody up who has not, been up on my little feed lately. So here's what happened. I feel like I need more wine. Sorry. You guys, I don't drink wine except for when I go live, but so it seems like I'm a lush, but I'm really not. Okay. Okay. On Friday last week, I went to this showcase that the Seahawks dancers have started putting on once a year for alumni, right? So they invite alumni and it's like first come, first serve. So everybody's like banging at the keyboard, trying to RSVP for it. But it's a really cool event that they put on. Just so that we can see some of the performances of the current squad and reconnect with we were known as Seagulls back in the day, but just seeing like the turnout, a lot of different people from different decades of dancing for the Seahawks. And it was such a cool event. I've gone, this is now my second time in a row. And last year I won a package to like go to the game and have like field passes. And this year, you guys, I'm totally sharing too much, but whatever. I'm in a row with my girls. Everybody in my row, skipping me, won one of the raffle prizes. What was that about? I just had to like just accept it because I did win the grand prize last year, but that was messed up. It literally like hopped over me and everybody else won something, but neither here nor there. They had awesome prizes from their sponsors and it was just really, really cool. And I just got so pumped because this squad is like insanely talented. I put it up in my story and let me just say to everybody, maybe I just should have posted everything because it was just so good. And it was like, okay, I'm gonna just pick my favorites. But then the list kept growing and growing, and I just should have just posted everybody and just talked about like the ones that really, really stuck out to me. But they are so good. Everybody was so good. I just want to make sure I get that out there. It was not anybody really being left out. It started with a short list, and then it just ended up growing and growing. But it was really cool to watch everybody perform, and it just made me think about like shout out to the teams that actually do something like this, whether it's like, a final, like a friends and family practice night where you're actually at the stadium or, just any effort to let your cheerleaders, the people who support you, come and see you perform in case they're not able to get to a game. Just you get hype when you can, dance for your people and they're up close and personal. Um, Little side note, you guys, with the Seahawks auditions process, the finals are closed to the public, right? So imagine if you saw anything that's in my story, I created a highlight, you can go back and look. But imagine seeing some of these performances and you're in that same room, right, with a judging panel, and they can't even really, I don't know if Courtney mentioned like they do like a polite clap, but imagine like not getting the hoots and hollers and all of that kind of stuff because, they're judging. And so I remember when I auditioned, it was a similar thing where you dance your heart out, you're trying not to breathe heavy, and you're just sitting there with your hands on your hips, and there's just silence, and it's so nerve wracking. So I love that they get to perform and really feel the energy. Like I said, a little differently than on game day. Like they cheer for us on game day, but not like your friends and family, right? Your main supporters. So I had a blast. I'm totally that person with the phone out trying to get all the footage. Again, just I feel so, why do I act embarrassed about it? I should just own it. This is what I do. Okay. I'm that person. But I took video. I really tried to capture, again, just wanting to showcase like the talent of this team, of all of you guys. Really, damn, if I could be everywhere, I would, right? But I had a blast. I posted again in my little highlight the performances from some of the dancers. Again, I'm tempted to post the rest of them because they were just so freaking good. But shout out to everybody. You guys had an amazing game. Seahawks won. It is football season. Can we just like cheers to that? I'm gonna have a little sippy sip. I kind of don't really pay that much attention to preseason anymore, but when the regular season hits, it's just like a different kind of energy. I don't know if you guys feel it too, but it's different. Now I'm gonna feel like I should go back and watch Monday Night Football. But hold please, I'm gonna sip to that, and then I'm gonna share just a few little notes, observations of looking at all the NFL teams. Next time I go live, I'm probably gonna do the same thing for NBA, even though their season doesn't start until next month. But just some things that have been on my radar, and then I will take questions, whatever you guys got on your mind. I meant to do like a poll about what you guys want to talk about, but I forgot because I wanted to hear what you guys thought about these uniforms. So we'll get into that first. How about that? Okay. I love new uniforms. I don't know if you guys saw, I forget what the heck we call this episode. It was a long time ago. Probably our first season or second season where we like went through all the NFL uniforms, me and my girls. It was so fun. So anyway, I love when there's new uniforms on the scene. It's like going shopping, like sometimes you just need to switch it up and put a little a little more sparkle, a little this, a little that. And so I was noticing that some of the teams were doing posts about debuting new uniforms, and I posted them in the story so that you guys can take a look and see what you think, look at the details, woolly woolly woo. And so far, I mean, I just kind of did it, so there's time. People are really feeling the Jags new. It's like this ultra blingy black top with just like rhinestones galore, the little Jaguars logo. And also, like the second poll, why doesn't Instagram allow you to have more than four choices? That's so annoying. I wanted to put it all in one thing, but whatever, I couldn't do it. People are also feeling Atlanta's Falcons uniform, and so that's another fun one. I don't know if you guys, it's not new, but I'm just going to give a shout out to the Seahawks anyway because we're just on Seahawks today. I love their throwback uniform. I don't know if that's just something that the Seahawks are doing or if it's across the league where you guys are doing like tributes to your throwback uniforms, but I'm sorry. The Seahawks little 90s outfit is so dang on cute. It is the cutest goddamn uniform ever. I love that freaking uniform. And the guys' uniform. And shout out, I swear, I don't want to like misquote myself, but I'm pretty dang on sure that it is Dallas wear. If I'm mistaken, I'm sorry, but I think it is Dallas wear. But it's just so like the guys have these tracksuits. It's just so fly for both the girls and the guys. I freaking love that uniform. But anyway, the teams that have new uniforms, I put it in the story. It's like the Ravens, the Texans, the Detroit Lions, the Jags, and the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals. I love that they have gals in their title. It's like us. And then Atlanta Falcons. So check out my story. Go look at the posts. Vote if you want to. Let me know what your favorites are. I mean, I think it's really there are a couple teams, just FYI, that did debut new uniforms with their Pro Bowl cheerleaders. I think it was like the Bucks and the Washington Commanders. So it's not that I'm leaving y'all out, but I think it's like the first time the full squad is wearing it, but it wasn't like really truly like the first time that it was debuted. So I'm just going off of like the more recent announcements of new uniforms. But anyway, check them out. Let me know what you think. The one that I liked the best, let me just say, in terms of like a different look, like when I think of new uniforms, it has to be something that's just like different from all the others or a nice little upgrade and elevation of the existing suite of uniforms. And I think I'm going to go with, I'm kind of liking the Bengals. They have a really hard ass, whatever. You guys know I curse sometimes. I think the Bengals have like a really hard color choice. The Broncos are have orange up in there too, but I feel like the Bengals really emphasize a lot of orange, and that does not always work for everybody. And the orange and black colors, it can just be hard to make that really work. And I like this new uniform that the Bengals have. I really do. Like, because they have the whole, thrashy, action going on from obviously from their mascot. But I just, I like the design of it. And also the Jags. But I mean, it's kind of neck and neck. I got to think about it some more. But you guys vote. Let me know what you think. Um, but some teams also have like new practice gear. Okay, I'm just chatting with y'all. I hope you guys don't mind. I mean, I have a zillion notes, and I was like, some of this is just like Makiba's thoughts, nothing to really share. But I'm just the Rosé's talking, and now I'm just kind of oversharing. But um, I like the practice gear too because you guys, my practice gear that I have in my possession that they let us hold on to is like busted little sports bras and booty shorts, like that you sweat your life in, like it's cotton, it fades. It's nothing glamorous. And you guys are like the practice gear now is just so cute. It's so cute. I was a little lightweight hating, but Falcons, they have this cute little like anyway, Falcons caught my eye. The Seahawks looks like almost like they have a onesie going on for their practice gear. I hope that's not the case because you got to go to the bathroom sometimes, and that would not be fun. But just shout out to like Elevation, right? Give us new uniforms, give us new practice gear, like really just stuff to show off because we love that. I love it. I love seeing it. The other thing that I was excited about, and again, this is going through the social media of the various teams, but people have got on game with this whole like unlicensed free music, right? And so I'm seeing that teams are starting to just more and more to post their routines of their dancers, their performances, and just put some music overlay. Who cares? Like at this point, we're desperate, right? We just want to see them dance. I mean, I think it's just a little bit of something, right? And let's just see the whole dang on performance. Put a fake song to it. I'm over it now. I won't cringe. I'm just gonna enjoy because I think some of these vendors or DJs or whoever it is have gotten pretty creative in making like certain accents based on the choreography. So at this point, just post it. Just post it with the fake music, and I will just enjoy the fact that I get to see some performances because I can't travel everywhere. The other thing I wanted to point out too is that, which I think is really nice, is when the teams feature solos or any sort of performance of their dancers individually, where they kind of highlight them. Um, Especially after going to the Seahawks showcase, like what we see on game day, especially in a like choreographed routine, isn't necessarily like the best of their skill set, the best they have to offer. So when you can see like what some of these dancers individually can do, like Broncos, they have this main stage solo. Um, the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders have Purple Fridays, and then who else? The Bucks have individual spotlights. I just think it's a chance to see people like shine, 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 and doing all the tricks or just their style like that. I just feel like everybody needs a showcase or at least to like publicize their finals so that we can see the true talent of the dancers. I think that's my plug. After seeing the showcase, I want to see everybody solo. Everybody solo from every audition because that is them putting their like blood, sweat, and tears into their craft, showing off their skills. And it's like, I want to see that because that's not what ends up on the field or on the court all the time. Okay, we got a comment. Hello, my whole story is EDM. Okay, my whole story is EDM music. I have comments on this. I agree. We just want to share our performances. Okay, somebody posted something and it just cracked me up because it's so freaking true. I even felt like I violated when I posted pictures from my Seagulls days, but like Instagram is hella loud right now. Like it used to be like in your story or like I don't know if you were actually doing a reel having all this music action going on, but now it's just like it's so loud. Like you got to make sure you want your volume on because everybody's posts are just there's some music attached, there's some EDM. Like it's cracking me up only because, we got to do what you got to do. But yes, we just want to see the performances. It is funny to think of the songs, and even if you listen to the lyrics, like it's actually kind of hilarious for some of the songs that they're putting out there. But give us something. Well, I'll deal with it. It's not the same effect, I get that, and I still would rather go in person to all of these things. But we got to take what we can get. So more solos. I don't know how you guys feel about closed auditions. I'm at the point now where I think like the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders are in that like big mall and they have it super public. I don't know how many teams really do it that way. Um, or maybe it's like friends and family, but like if you open that up, I think that's like such a great way to just give energy to the dancers and let them have like, so you can actually see what your fan base is like, see who really shows up for those things to support people making the team. And if you don't make it open to the public, can you just find a way to share the solos? I know sometimes they do clips of it, but I'm just so wide open, I think, from the showcase. So pardon me, but I love it. The next thing I wanted to talk about, and keep commenting, you guys. I miss you, and I'm just rambling, so stop me anywhere. Okay, shout out to teams that are also elevating their game in terms of sponsorships, partnerships with different brands. I think is really really cool. I saw with the Top Cats, they had like an on-demand workout to train like the Top Cats, where I'm hoping they're charging for it. But just finding innovative ways of like, marketing your team, and everybody's up on all the social media content, all of the trends, doing little videos for social media content. I do want to give a little shout out though to the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to drink a little because I feel like they had unhired a different social media person, or I don't know what's going on over there. But I feel like they really, really stepped up their social media presence big time. Like, not for nothing. I mean, I check around and I try to see what's going on, and I'm not calling them out like they were the only ones, but I just feel like they definitely made some changes. I feel like they're putting out way more content. I love the highlights of the individual teammates. They're giving like a glimpse into their careers, and then they're just giving way more recognition of like things that they're doing in their professional lives. Um, I just really like what I'm seeing. And then they also are showing more performances of their squad, so you can see the stunting, you can see what they do on the field. And I just thought, just my interview with Ray, who was a former Baltimore Ravens cheerleader, it just these are some of the things that I was like, oh, I just wish we could see more. And it's just so exciting to see some of those changes, because I think it's definitely like an elevated look. I'm feeling it. I like it. And we're getting to know more about you guys as individuals, which I also think is great, because sometimes, like, again, when I'm trying to get recognition and it's like 4 years on the team and they're from this city and went to this school, that's not saying much at all to really like pump up what you guys are doing. So which led me to thinking about the DCC. I still get curious about like what's the latest word on the street in terms of commentary from people who are still watching the series or coming upon it, and what the vibe is like. Have they piped down about paying these women? Like, what's the situation? And they're still hella vocal. Like, people are still like, they should be paid more, pay these women, which I kind of love seeing. But it really made me think of something, because this past weekend, I don't know if you guys noticed, and I probably follow like, I don't even know. Um, I don't even know. Sometimes I don't even count like how many people I'm following out there. Obviously shown with Instagram, but like there were quite a few accounts, at least of three different dancers on the DCC, who were promoting like some Tula. I don't even know how you pronounce the brand. Some product. And they kind of had like hashtag Tula partner. And so they were all doing something that you put under here. They were like obviously had an away game. They were relaxing, kind of saying it was part of their regimen. And so it made me start to think about like, maybe the Cowboys are getting creative. And again, this is all speculation. I don't know. Anybody can drop in my DMs and tell me what's really going on. But just that maybe similar to like NIL deals for collegiate athletes, that they are trying to create avenues where the dancers can earn additional money from promoting brands, right? And maybe they like loosened up the rules or did something that kind of frees them up to, doing this type of content. But it made me think like about a couple things. And again, I'm not plugging one way or the other. I've tried to just provide information for people to think about. But I know these ladies must be extremely busy, right? Working a job, practicing to be prepared for rehearsals, games, possibly not having days off, days on end, etc. And to think of like fitting in social media content around brand promotion just seems like a lot. I don't know if it is. Maybe it's fun. I don't know. People are really into that, being a content creator. But dang, just add one more thing to these ladies' plates, as opposed to just paying them a salary. Like it seems like a lot of pressure. And if you're following multiple dancers' accounts and then you're seeing like the same ad essentially over and over again, it just kind of seemed like, dang, I wish they didn't have to. Like maybe they want to, and maybe the structure is allowing them to have some potential for additional income, which is a freaking amazing and is long overdue. So yay for that. I just thought like, man, to try to fit that in addition to a million other things, it just seems like a salary. Even if they did like what the New York Knicks city dancers did, paying the dancers 80K a year for the season, like just something so that they don't have to find extra time, extra energy to put out social media content as a content creator. That's my plug. Shout out. Speaking of Nick City Dancers, and I said I was going to talk about NBA next time, but y'all notice that the team switched back, right? Like there's no more 9 girls. It's like a full ass squad now, which I think is really interesting. Been around here for a long, long time, watching what people are doing, different squads, different changes. And you see sometimes they revert back to what, I don't know, was kind of working. I'm not saying that the shift under Fatima Robinson was not working. I mean, I'm imagining that she's got a lot of stuff to do, working with artists and whatnot. So maybe this didn't fall within her, long-term plans. I think this was like 3 seasons of this format, 2 or 3 with the Knicks. But anyway, side note, here I go all over the place, bringing it back to the DCC. I just want to put it out there just as a food for thought that, because there's so much attention on DCC because of the Netflix series, and this is the first time that I've seen so much support around pay these women. Like, y'all, it used to be a whole different dialogue around NFL cheerleader pay, and it's not to put any more pressure on these amazing women who are these performers. I'm sure they're making it work the best that they can, but it's like it's such an interesting time to even think about this particular team unionizing, just because nobody's going to cancel like the DCC because they're asking for more money, especially not right now because they have like the whole country/world behind them in terms of understanding what they do in terms of like their work ethic, what they do for game day preparation, all of the things. And it's just so interesting when I think back. If you're ever interested just in information, I did an episode called Union where we just talked about like what that entails. And a lot of the fear of people unionizing is just, the backlash, canceling of the program. Um, and I just think it's such a different environment right now. And I'm not pushing that narrative. I just think it's really interesting. And the reason why is because there was a recent um, news story that popped off last week. I think it was the National Women's Soccer League Players Association. So this, I don't follow soccer like that, but I was super effing impressed because the National Women's Soccer League Players Association came in swinging so hard, you guys. They negotiated a new CBA, collective bargaining agreement. They eliminated the draft. They have free agency for all when their contracts expire. They have guaranteed contracts, okay? At least, like, I mean, wow, guaranteed contracts. No trades without the players' consent. They have workload management so that they're not overworked. And they also negotiated revenue sharing with their league. And this is like, it's incredible what these women came together and just really believed in themselves and stood their ground and negotiated for their league. And it made me think about the DCC because in terms of like any NFL team that could take the lead and saying like, this is what we're worth, this is what we should be paid. Um, it's just, I can't think of a better squad to do it, especially because of the reception and the support that's out there for them to be paid more. And maybe these branded deals and these branded partnerships is a way to kind of address some of the issue about compensation. But I just had to put that out there because I just was so excited to see that. I mean, congratulations to these women. They know that soccer is like, I mean, they're incredible athletes and they're getting so much notoriety with their sport and they just seize the moment, man. I was so pumped about that. Like, just had to put that out there. Um, Look it up. I just think it's groundbreaking. It's groundbreaking. Okay. Last notes are just that I am traveling a lot in the next couple months, and I'm just going to put it out there because sometimes I go to these cities and I fly in and freaking out. Like I go the night before the game and I go to the game and then I'm like, psh, but I've never been to Indianapolis before. It'll be my first time this month. I'm going to the game on September 22nd, you guys, and I don't know anything about Indianapolis. I know I have watched the Colts cheerleaders. I think they're super entertaining and want to go to a game. And I'm going to go and take in game day. And I'm excited to see the dancers. Some of these freaking football stadiums are so huge. Like, I'm just so used to the VIP experience of like going to the game and like being on the field and basically not having to be I cannot be up in no 300, 600 level, you guys. I am so snobby. And so I when I go to these games, I really try to get the best ticket possible. One, for footage so I can like get performances and have a good seat and view. But like some of these stadiums is hitting me like how big they are, like how massive they are. So wish me luck. Like I do not want to be up in the rafters. It's just I don't have a fear of heights, but it's just something about climbing those stairs, man, and climbing down. Like you just feel like this will be the moment that I fall and tumble all the way down the stairs. I can't. So anyway, I'm going to the Colts game September 22nd. Cannot wait. And I actually this time gave myself a little bit more time to be in the city because I've never been there before. If anybody has like ideas of things to do, I don't mind traveling by myself. Like it's kind of like a time to explore and do things, and not really worry about anybody else. But I think I get in on a Friday, leave on a Monday, and the game's obviously Sunday. So super excited about that. Where else am I going? I'm going to in the month of October. I will be in Vegas for a work trip, the first full week of October, and then I will be in Miami for opening night. I'm super excited about that. I will be there, and yeah, I'm just really trying to. I still am planning a bunch of things. I will be in LA multiple times the month of October and November, so yeah, I'll just be posting and keeping you updated because obviously, if I can drop in for a game on any of those visits, I will definitely do so. If y'all want to hit me up and go get a cocktail, I'm down for that too. But I feel like, towards the end of this year, I feel like maybe before December hits, I'm going to try to go to a couple places, get some NBA games under my belt. NFL is harder just because the stadiums are so freaking huge. But wish me luck. Give me any ideas for Indianapolis in terms of places to go, restaurants to try, et cetera, et cetera. But that's my update on NFL for right now. As much as you guys post, I will try to share out and get us interacting with each other. I want to see what you guys are feeling. Like I said, the poll is up there about the uniforms. Let me know what you guys like. And then stay tuned. I will post all the footage I can get from the Colts game, and I will start surveying the NBA space and mapping out my NBA games. I do know I'm got to go to a Warriors game again. I want to see Sacramento Kings. I feel like New York's got to just be an annual trip. But let me know. Denver's on. I mean, I'm kind of like gravitating towards places I've been before. But if there are other teams in the NBA that is just like, no, you need to come down and check us out, please hit me up. I'm happy to fit it into my agenda. But I just wanted to say again, thank you, you guys, for all of the posts, for sharing. Oh, somebody says, do you like the Raiderette cat suits? Did I miss something? I don't know that I saw the Raiderettes in a different uniform. I will look for that and I will add it to the mix. Is it new? Maybe they did something. I will get back to you on that. I don't recall a cat suit for the Raiderettes. I love you too. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. You guys, again, shout out to the Seahawks dancers. Like, amazing and talented, like freaking dancers, amazing people. Like, you guys really fed my little soul. Like, I was talking to you, Victor, about just like sometimes, finding the energy after work and just feeling like I'm not catching up. Do you guys feel like sometimes you need like a social media cleanse? That is me very, very often, but that's the only way that I can like stay connected with you guys unless I'm able to travel. But like there is something about seeing you in person, having real conversations, like feeding off your energy, watching your talent, watching you perform and like live your best life, it gives me like so much like zoom, like I could just like fly to the moon. I cannot underscore how much it means to me to be able to interact with you guys and support you in person. I think that's just what I'd prefer, period. If I could just quit my job and travel all over the place and just come to support you guys, that would be my joy. But I really, really appreciate it. I feel like I really needed that. Sometimes, you just get overwhelmed with life, with work, and then to try to like, for the sake of the podcast, like consume so much social media content. Like sometimes it just wears on me, to be honest. But I got such a recharge from watching the Seahawks dancers, and it felt so good to be able to go down memory lane and having them just be excited to see our butts there too. Like there were so many people from different decades. It was just such a special night, and my heart is just full of gratitude. Let me see. Yes, you have oh gosh, don't make me start crying, Victor. You have purpose and we all appreciate the work you put into pro dance. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The Seagull coverage was awesome, but Seagulls forever. Seagulls forever. I can't knock that. I mean, the beautiful thing, and I know this is something that I just think needs to be said over and over again because of how much things have changed in the pro dance space. I just have to say it, like it's been an evolution, right? And a lot of programs have made a lot of changes over the last, 6 years that I've been in this. But I'm actually proud of where we are, you guys. And I'll tell you why. Because this is just a space that needed to evolve in different ways. I'm just going to say it, right? Like there's just so much talent for both men and women in this sport. And I think it was just time to recognize that it wasn't just like a one note kind of an industry. And when I see like our male dancers, like the Seahawks dancers, like I'm not gonna go back and post every damn body because they were just so good. But like I could not imagine having that level of talent, wanting to be in this space and not being able to have an opportunity because of my sex. And the way that this field has opened up, it's just so much more creativity. Teams are evolving in different ways, like really showcasing the talent. Like when you think of, the Commanders or just different teams, like it's just kind of exciting to see what we can do when we just break down barriers and like these notions of how this space has to be. Like we're in a space where we're like innovating and doing something new and something creative. And oh yes, speak on it. No, but seriously, I just think it needs to be said. There's a lot of things that we hold on to because of tradition. And I think, different organizations are finding a way to marriage those two different approaches, right? I mean, Seahawks are having their 50-year anniversary next year. I didn't even know that. And like to think of how much creativity they will have and how they bridge the span of decades and really like celebrate everything over the course of the existence of our program is just something that's you can kind of like wah and be sad about it because it's not what it used to be, or you can kind of look at wow, we have so much that we can celebrate of like just the overall evolution of the program. And I'm excited to see how we go about it. I mean, we have you know what's his name? Jaden, I think it was his name. His mom was a freaking seagull. And like to have a son that is as talented of a dancer as he is and to be able to see him actually get an opportunity to enjoy and pursue his passion is just like that's just dope. Like you can't even be mad in any way at that. I just think it's something to celebrate. And I think my thoughts have like grown over the course of having this podcast too, because I was part of what the Seagulls and enjoyed what that brand and what that team represented. But the more that we're just having these types of events where we can support the current squad and appreciate the true talent and opportunity that's presented, like I just think we're right where we're supposed to be. We're right where we're supposed to be. It's really a beautiful thing to watch everybody express their love for their team, for their passion. And I just can't, it gives me chills. and it gave me so much life. I missed a comment. Hope please. We love our Seagal history. They paved the way, but we are so excited to now be part of the evolution of dance in the NFL. Cheers to that. Cheers to evolution. Cheers to innovation. Again, like I think some of the theme of what I've been talking about is just that people are taking it up a notch, a notch, a notch, a notch, and elevating their programs. And we all need to evolve, right? Come on. Like growth and perspective and like opening your mind up to different approaches, new leadership, new blood. Like it's all part of just growing up and continuing to kind of not be stuck in a certain mindset. And I hope we continue to get creative around compensation for y'all. Let's be real. I mean, I just hope this is just the beginning. I'm just going to say that. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Um, okay, I literally am trying to see around my shirt. Okay, teams evolve and it's great. Times are changing, but I will say both program styles are amazing. Cheers to that too. What we did was amazing, and what they're doing now is amazing. And everybody in the audience was like, oh my God, I would not make the team now. That's crazy. But I just think it's just a sign of how talent has just continued to evolve over time. And you guys are sickly talented. It was so much fun. It gave me a much needed, like, breath of fresh air and inspiration. So thank you guys so much. Some incredible performances, fun performances, and I just love. It's like going to a showcase like that, and I don't know, with the other teams that do different like family and friends things. Like it's almost like everybody's solo gave you a picture into like their personality and their style and what they were trying to say through their movement or the way they wanted to connect with you as an audience. And so I don't know. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that I just get all of my feels for. So shout out to everybody. They used to do this, you guys, like the night before a game. So shout out to shout out to you guys having one day in between doing a showcase like that, dancing your heart out, and having the game be on Sunday instead of the next morning. I appreciate all the work you guys put into it. Cheers to you. Thanks for joining me tonight. And I won't be gone long, I promise. Like again, I needed a little gas in my tank and y'all done did it. I will post things as I see them for you guys to weigh in on. And then next time we chat, it'll be about NBA and any other things that I might, that might go down in the interim. I'll see you in Indianapolis, whoever's in Indianapolis, or I'll be wandering around the streets of Indianapolis. I'm a hotel snob. If you have hotel recommendations, please let me know. Something that's cute, like boutique style hotels. I'm all for it. And great restaurant recommendations. Please and thank you. I'm going to finish my wine. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Watch the debate, get involved in the democratic process, watch the VMAs. Maybe we'll talk about the performances. It's all about dance anyway. I mean, we want to see the artists, but it's all about the performances. So I might come back. We'll talk. I will chat with you guys later. Thank you so much for joining. Good night.